My friends, there are times in life when we find ourselves walking alone. It is in these moments when the crowds have quieted and the applause fades that we discover the true measure of our strength. Being alone is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful opportunity to grow. Alone, we are free from distraction. Alone, we hear our own voice clearly guiding us through the challenges we face. We stand not on the shoulders of others, but on our own 2 feet. Alone, we sharpen our resolve, we hone our character, and we become the truest versions of ourselves. It is in solitude that the strongest among us rise, for strength is not given, it is earned through trial, perseverance, and unwavering dedication. So let us not fear solitude, for it is in that space where we grow. Let us embrace it, learn from it, and draw from it the strength to stand tall, no matter what comes our way. Alone, we are not weak. We are unshakable, we are resilient, and we are strong. Self-reliance is about trusting yourself, believing in your own abilities, and knowing that you have what it takes to face whatever life throws at you. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers right away. It's about having the confidence to keep going, even when things get tough. You may stumble, you may fall, but it's that inner belief, that quiet voice inside that says, I can do this, that keeps you moving forward. Life has a way of testing you. Sometimes those tests come when you least expect them. And often when you're standing alone, you look around and the people you thought would be there aren't. Maybe it's friends who don't understand the road you're on, or family who doesn't see the vision you have. And that's okay, because in those moments you find out what you're really made of. You find out that your strength doesn't come from who's walking with you, but from your own determination, your own will to push through. Self-reliance means understanding that at the end of the day, you are responsible for your life. It's not about waiting for someone to give you a handout or an opportunity. It's about taking control of your own journey. If the door isn't open, build your own door. If the path isn't clear, carve your own way. That's where true strength lies, not in waiting for someone else to pave the way for you, but in your ability to keep moving, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. There's a kind of quiet power in knowing that you don't need anyone else to validate you. You don't need permission to chase your dreams. You don't need approval to be who you were meant to be. And when you live with that kind of self-reliance, people notice. They might not say it, but they feel it. Because when you believe in yourself, when you walk with that unshakable sense of purpose, you inspire others to do the same. But self-reliance isn't about shutting people out. It's not about closing yourself off from the world. It's about understanding that your strength comes from within. You're not afraid to stand alone because you know that everything you need is already inside you. And that's a powerful place to be. When you rely on yourself, you become unstoppable. Because no matter what happens, no matter who comes and goes in your life, you are grounded, you are steady, you know who you are, and you know that you have the power to make things happen. So don't wait for the perfect circumstances. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission. You already have everything you need. It's in your hands. The power to change your life, the power to succeed, the power to overcome, it's all inside you. You just have to believe it and then act on it. Self-reliance isn't a destination, it's a way of life. It's the understanding that no matter where you go, no matter what you face, you are enough. Perseverance is the force that drives you forward when everything around you tells you to stop. It's the grit, the determination to keep pushing, even when the odds are stacked against you. When the path becomes difficult, when obstacles rise up, when others give in, perseverance is what separates those who succeed from those who falter. There will be times when the road seems endless, when your energy fades and when doubt creeps in. You might wonder if all the effort is worth it, if the struggle will ever lead to victory. In those moments, perseverance is the quiet voice that says, keep going. It's not about ignoring the difficulty, but about acknowledging it and pressing on anyway. The greatest victories are never won easily. They are claimed by those who refuse to give up, no matter how long it takes. Challenges are inevitable, but they do not define you. What defines you is how you respond to those challenges. Every setback is an opportunity to rise, to learn, and to grow stronger. Perseverance teaches you that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone on the path to success. It's not about how many times you get knocked down, but how many times you get back up. Each time you rise, you prove to yourself that you have the strength to continue, no matter how difficult the journey may be. Perseverance is built in the moments when no one is watching. It's the long hours, the extra effort, the times when you keep working after others have given up. It's easy to push forward when everything is going well, but true perseverance shines in adversity. When the storm hits, when the pressure mounts, that's when you find out what you're really made of. It's in those moments that you dig deep and discover the reserves of strength you didn't even know you had. There will be times when others will doubt you. They may tell you that your goals are impossible, that you should quit while you're ahead. But perseverance doesn't listen to doubt. It doesn't rely on the approval of others. It comes from within, from that inner drive that refuses to accept defeat. It understands that the road to success is rarely a straight line. There will be twists, turns, and unexpected barriers. But each of those barriers is a challenge to overcome, not a reason to turn back. Perseverance also teaches patience. You may not see the fruits of your labor right away, but every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. It's about holding on to your vision, even when the results are not immediately visible. The process may be slow, but steady progress day after day builds momentum. And as that momentum grows, you begin to see the path more clearly. The finish line may still be far off, but with each step, you come closer to it. There is no reward without the work. Perseverance is the bridge between effort and success. It's the refusal to let go of your dreams, the decision to keep pushing, even when every muscle aches and every voice in your head tells you to stop. Because deep down, you know that you have more to give, more strength than you thought possible. You know that if you just keep going, if you just take one more step, you will get there. Perseverance is not just about winning in the end, it's about the journey. It's about knowing that every challenge, every hardship is shaping you into the person you need to be to achieve your goals. With each obstacle you overcome, you grow stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what lies ahead. Perseverance turns difficulties into opportunities for growth, and over time, it turns dreams into reality. So when the road is hard, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, and when others are giving up, remember this success is not about never facing difficulties. It's about persevering through them. Keep going, and you will see just how far your determination can take you. Moral integrity is the foundation upon which all true strength and leadership are built. It's the unwavering commitment to do what is right, even when it's difficult, even when no one is watching. It means standing firm in your principles, holding on to your values, and never compromising your sense of justice for the sake of convenience or personal gain. In a world where it is easy to be swayed by temptation, moral integrity is what keeps you grounded, steady, and clear in your purpose. There will come moments in life when the path forward seems uncertain, when others may suggest shortcuts or actions that feel easier but go against what you know to be right. It is in these moments that your true character is revealed. The strength of a person is not measured by how well they perform when things are easy, but by how they act when they are tested, when the pressure is on, and when the stakes are high. Moral integrity doesn't waver under that pressure, it stands firm, like a tree rooted deeply in the ground. There's a certain power in knowing that your actions align with your values. It creates an inner peace, a clarity of purpose that no external force can shake. When you live with moral integrity, you don't have to worry about the shifting opinions of others because you know that you are acting from a place of truth. You are guided not by the changing tides of public opinion or the lure of temporary rewards, but by the deeper understanding of what is right. Temptation will come, as it does for all of us. There will be times when the easier road seems appealing when cutting corners, bending the rules, or compromising on your principles feels like the quickest way to get ahead. But moral integrity is about looking beyond the moment, seeing the bigger picture, and understanding that the choices you make today will shape the person you become tomorrow. It's about recognizing that temporary gain is not worth the loss of your honor, your self-respect, or the trust others place in you. People with moral integrity are not perfect, but they are honest. They admit when they've made mistakes and take responsibility for their actions. They don't hide behind excuses or shift blame onto others. This kind of honesty builds trust, and trust is the bedrock of any relationship, whether it's with a friend, a colleague, or an entire community. When people know that you are a person of integrity, they are more likely to follow you, to believe in you, and to stand with you through difficult times. Moral integrity also means doing what is right, even when it comes at a personal cost. It's about having the courage to speak out when something is wrong, even when it's unpopular, even when it puts you at risk. This kind of integrity requires bravery, because it often means standing alone, going against the grain, or challenging the status quo. But it is in these moments of courage that true leaders are born, those who are willing to sacrifice their own comfort or safety for the sake of what is just. Integrity isn't something you can turn on and off. It's not a mask you wear when it's convenient or a role you play when it suits you. It is a way of life, a continuous commitment to living in alignment with your core values. It means being the same person in private that you are in public, treating others with fairness and respect, no matter who they are or what they can offer you in return. Integrity is about consistency, about showing up as your true self day after day, regardless of the circumstances. In the long run, moral integrity is what sustains you. It gives you a foundation that can't be shaken by external forces. While others may rise and fall on the whims of popularity, you remain steady because your strength comes from within. And while living with integrity may not always be the easiest road, it is the one that leads to lasting respect, both from others and from yourself. Ultimately, moral integrity is about more than just doing the right thing. It's about becoming the kind of person others can trust, admire, and follow. It's about leaving a legacy of honor, one that inspires those who come after you to live with the same level of commitment to what is right. Because in the end, when everything else fades away, your integrity is what will define you. It is your lasting imprint on the world, the measure of your true strength. Courage in solitude is the rarest kind of bravery. It's the strength to stand firm when there is no one by your side, when the reassuring voices of support have faded, and all that remains is you and the path before you. It is easy to be bold when surrounded by the encouragement of others, but true courage is found in those moments of isolation, when you must rely on your own heart and spirit to guide you forward. There will be times in life when you are called to make decisions or face challenges alone. The weight of those moments can feel overwhelming because without the safety net of others, the responsibility falls squarely on your shoulders. This is where courage in solitude becomes essential. It's not the absence of fear, rather, it is the choice to move forward despite that fear. It's about trusting your own judgment and having faith in your inner strength, even when the world feels uncertain. In solitude, doubts have a way of creeping in. You may question your direction, wonder if you have the strength to carry on, or feel the pangs of loneliness. But courage in solitude is the ability to push through that uncertainty. It's the understanding that while the journey may be hard and lonely, it is also a necessary part of growth. The greatest personal transformations often happen in those quiet, solitary moments when you are forced to confront not only the world around you, but the deeper truths within yourself. There is a special kind of resilience that is forged in solitude. When you are left to your own devices, without the influence or interference of others, you learn what you are truly capable of. You discover new depths of strength, resolve, and creativity that might never have been uncovered in the comfort of companionship. Courage in solitude allows you to face your challenges head on with nothing to rely on but your own fortitude and wisdom. Solitude can be a place of profound clarity. When the noise of the outside world is stripped away, you can hear your inner voice more clearly. You can tap into your own instincts and trust them without second guessing or seeking validation. Courage in solitude is about standing in that quiet space and making decisions based on what you know to be right, not what others expect or what society demands. It is about finding peace in the silence and trusting that, even alone, you have the strength to prevail. But solitude also tests you in ways that companionship cannot. When you stand alone, there is no one to share the burden, no one to lean on when things get tough. The weight can feel heavier, the road longer, and the obstacles more daunting. Courage in solitude means shouldering that burden and walking that road anyway, knowing that it is in these moments of struggle that you build the resilience needed to face even greater challenges ahead. There is also a sense of freedom that comes with courage in solitude. When you are not relying on others for approval or support, you are free to chart your own course, to make decisions that align with your true values and goals. You are no longer bound by the expectations or judgments of others. In solitude, you can be your most authentic self, and that authenticity brings with it a profound sense of power. Courage in solitude is not about closing yourself off from the world. It's about understanding that your strength does not depend on the presence of others. It's about recognizing that while companionship is valuable, you are fully capable of walking your own path. And it's about having the bravery to do so, even when the road feels long and uncertain. Standing alone requires a different kind of fortitude. It's the ability to trust that, even if no one else sees your vision or understands your journey, it is still worth pursuing. Courage in solitude is what gives you the strength to keep going when the applause has died down, when the encouragement fades, and when it's just you against the odds. It's the quiet, unshakable belief in yourself, in your purpose, and in your ability to see things through to the end. Ultimately, courage in solitude is the mark of true independence. It's the understanding that, while others may join you along the way, your path is your own. It is the ability to stand tall, even in the face of loneliness, and to move forward with confidence and conviction, knowing that you are never truly alone as long as you carry that inner courage with you. Dedication to purpose is the unwavering commitment to a cause or goal, even when the path is difficult and the rewards seem distant. It's the understanding that real progress doesn't come quickly or easily, but through consistent effort and relentless focus. When you are dedicated to your purpose, every challenge becomes a stepping stone, every setback an opportunity to grow, and every day a chance to move closer to your vision. There will be moments when the world seems to conspire against you, when obstacles arise that threaten to derail your efforts, and when others doubt your resolve. But dedication to purpose is about holding fast to your vision, regardless of the difficulties. It's about being willing to work through the long nights, the hard decisions, and the sacrifices that are often required along the way. True dedication doesn't fade when things get tough. It grows stronger because it is rooted in something deeper than the desire for immediate success. It is tied to a sense of meaning, a belief that what you are working toward is worth every ounce of effort. Purpose is not just about achieving a goal, it's about embodying a principle or value that drives your every action. When you are dedicated to that purpose, it guides your decisions and provides clarity in moments of uncertainty. You become aligned with something greater than yourself, and that alignment gives you the strength to persevere through any hardship. Even when you are tired, even when progress feels slow, your dedication pushes you forward because you know that the work is necessary and meaningful. This kind of dedication requires discipline. It's about showing up every day, not just when you feel inspired or when things are going well, but especially when the road is rough and the end is not yet in sight. It's easy to stay motivated when the rewards are immediate, but true dedication is tested in the quiet moments when no one is watching, when the applause has faded, and when the only thing keeping you going is your own inner drive. This is where you must dig deep, where your resolve is tested, and where your commitment to your purpose truly shines. In the face of adversity, dedication to purpose is what keeps you grounded. It prevents you from being swayed by distractions, temptations, or temporary setbacks. While others may falter or lose sight of their goals, your dedication serves as a compass, guiding you steadily forward. It's the inner fire that keeps burning, even when the winds of doubt try to extinguish it. This fire doesn't depend on external validation or success. It burns because you believe in the importance of your mission. There is a patience that comes with dedication to purpose. You understand that the work you are doing may not bear fruit immediately, but that doesn't deter you. You are willing to put in the time to take the necessary steps because you see the long-term vision. This patience is not passive, but active. It's about continually moving forward, inch by inch, if necessary, knowing that each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Dedication to purpose is about trusting the process, even when the destination feels far away. And while the journey may be long, the rewards of dedication are profound. There is a deep sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing you stayed true to your purpose, that you did not waver in the face of difficulty, and that you gave everything you had to the cause. This fulfillment is more lasting than any external reward or recognition because it is rooted in the knowledge that you lived your life in alignment with your values. Dedication to purpose also inspires others. People are drawn to those who have a clear sense of direction and who are committed to something beyond themselves. Your dedication becomes a beacon, showing others what is possible when you devote yourself fully to a cause. It creates a ripple effect, encouraging those around you to pursue their own purposes with the same level of commitment and passion. In the end, dedication to purpose is not about the end result, it's about the journey. It's about the growth, the lessons learned, and the person you become along the way. Each challenge you face strengthens your resolve, each sacrifice deepens your commitment, and each step forward brings you closer to fulfilling the purpose that drives you. This is what true dedication is: a steadfast commitment to something greater than yourself, pursued with patience, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the importance of the work you are doing. Leadership by example is the truest and most enduring form of leadership. It's about embodying the values and principles you wish to see in others, demonstrating through your own actions what you expect from those who follow you. Words can inspire, but it is your actions that define your leadership. When people see you living out the values you speak of, when they see your dedication, your integrity, your work ethic, they are compelled to follow, not because you command them, but because you show them the way. True leadership is not about titles or positions of power. It is about influence, and the strongest influence comes from leading by example. You cannot ask others to walk a path you are not willing to walk yourself. You cannot demand sacrifice, hard work, or commitment from others if you are not first willing to make those same sacrifices. Your actions become a blueprint for those around you, and through that, you create a culture of accountability, trust, and respect. The best leaders understand that leadership is not a privilege, but a responsibility. When you lead by example, you accept that responsibility fully. You know that every decision you make, every action you take, sets the tone for those you lead. Your followers look to you for guidance, not just in what you say, but in how you carry yourself. They watch how you handle adversity, how you treat others, how you navigate challenges. It is in these moments that your true character is revealed. Leadership by example requires humility. It means that you don't place yourself above others, but walk alongside them, sharing in the burdens and challenges they face. You lead not with arrogance, but with service, understanding that leadership is about elevating those around you, not just yourself. You are willing to get your hands dirty, to put in the hard work, to make personal sacrifices for the good of the group. This kind of leadership earns loyalty because people respect a leader who does not ask them to do anything they are not willing to do themselves. When you lead by example, you also teach through action. Your behavior becomes a lesson in itself, showing others how to navigate difficult situations, how to maintain integrity under pressure, how to stay focused in the face of distraction. You don't just tell people how to handle challenges, you show them through your own actions how it's done. This kind of leadership is far more powerful than any speech or directive because it gives others a model to follow, something tangible they can look to and emulate. Leading by example also requires consistency. It's not enough to lead well in moments of ease or success. Your leadership is tested in moments of difficulty, when the path ahead is uncertain and the pressure is high. It is in these moments that you must remain steady, holding true to your values, no matter how tempting it may be to take shortcuts or compromise. Consistency in your actions builds trust, and trust is the foundation of any effective leadership. When people know they can count on you to act with integrity, to be fair and honest, they will follow you through any challenge. Leadership by example also fosters a sense of unity. When you walk the same path as those you lead, when you face the same challenges and make the same sacrifices, you create a bond of shared experience. This bond strengthens the group because it shows that you are in it together, that you are not asking them to go where you would not go yourself. This kind of leadership builds camaraderie and trust because people see that their leader is one of them, not apart from them. But leading by example is not always easy. It requires discipline because you must be vigilant in your actions at all times. Every decision, every choice, every moment is an opportunity to demonstrate leadership, and that responsibility can be heavy. Yet it is also what makes this form of leadership so powerful and enduring. People are inspired by leaders who live their values, who stand firm in their principles, and who show through their actions what true leadership looks like. When you lead by example, you create a ripple effect. Others are inspired by your actions and in turn begin to lead by example themselves. This creates a culture of leadership where everyone, regardless of their position, is encouraged to take responsibility for their own actions and to contribute to the collective success of the group. Leadership then becomes not just the role of one person, but the shared responsibility of all. In the end, leadership by example is about legacy. It's about leaving behind not just words or achievements, but a living example of what it means to lead with integrity, courage, and humility. It's about inspiring others to follow in your footsteps, not because they were told to, but because they saw in you a leader worth following. Through your actions, you set a standard that others will strive to meet, and in doing so, you create a lasting impact that goes far beyond your own time. Faith in the greater good is the belief that our actions serve a purpose beyond ourselves, that there is a higher calling to which we must remain loyal. It's the quiet conviction that no matter how hard or uncertain the road, what you are striving for is not just for your own benefit, but for something far larger than any one person. This faith provides strength in moments of doubt, hope in times of adversity, and direction when the way forward seems unclear. There will be times when the greater good is difficult to see. The challenges in front of you may seem insurmountable, and the sacrifices you must make may feel overwhelming. Yet, faith in the greater good requires trust in a vision that goes beyond personal gain, trust that what you are working toward has meaning, and trust that your efforts will contribute to something meaningful, even if you do not see the results immediately. This faith sustains you, especially when immediate rewards are absent, because it is rooted in a deep understanding that every step you take matters, even when progress is not always visible. To have faith in the greater good means to rise above selfish interests, to see the world from a wider perspective. It's about understanding that true success is not measured by personal accolades or individual achievement, but by how your actions benefit others. This kind of faith requires humility because it acknowledges that the mission is larger than any one person. It's about playing your part, no matter how small, in the service of a cause that will continue long after you are gone. There is a selflessness in this faith. It pushes you to act not for recognition or personal gain, but because you believe in the importance of the work itself. When driven by faith in the greater good, you do not seek glory or praise. Instead, your actions are motivated by a deep sense of duty to your community, to future generations, to the ideals you hold dear. This faith provides a moral compass that guides your decisions, ensuring that your actions always align with what is just and right, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. Faith in the greater good also brings clarity in times of chaos. When the world feels uncertain, when everything around you seems to be in disarray, this faith becomes an anchor. It reminds you of your purpose, keeping you focused on the path ahead. In a world where it is easy to become disillusioned by negativity or overwhelmed by personal challenges, this faith keeps you grounded. It tells you that, despite the darkness, there is still light, and that your actions are a part of bringing that light into the world. This faith requires perseverance. The journey toward the greater good is often long and filled with obstacles. It is not a sprint, but a marathon, and faith is what keeps you moving when the road is rough. You understand that the fruits of your labor may not be immediate, but you continue forward because you trust that every effort counts. Even when others give up, even when the odds seem stacked against you, this faith drives you to press on, knowing that the impact of your actions may only be fully realized in the future. At the heart of faith in the greater good is the belief in interconnectedness. It's the understanding that our actions ripple outward, affecting not only ourselves, but those around us. Every decision you make, every effort you put forth, contributes to a larger whole. This faith teaches you that you are never acting in isolation. Your choices, your sacrifices, and your hard work are all part of a collective effort to build something better for everyone. It's the belief that what benefits others ultimately benefits you as well, because we are all part of the same shared destiny. This faith also carries with it a sense of responsibility. When you believe in the greater good, you understand that you have a role to play in creating it. It's not enough to sit back and wait for others to act. You must step forward, take on the challenges in front of you, and do your part. This sense of responsibility is empowering because it reminds you that no matter how large or daunting the task, you have the ability to make a difference. Your faith in the greater good transforms you from a passive observer into an active participant in shaping the world. In moments of doubt, when the path is unclear and the obstacles seem endless, faith in the greater good gives you the strength to keep going. It reminds you that what you are working toward is worth the struggle, that the sacrifices you make today will create a better tomorrow. This faith is not blind optimism, but a deeply rooted belief that your actions, aligned with a higher purpose, will ultimately lead to positive change. Faith in the greater good is what keeps the light of hope burning, even in the darkest times. It's the belief that despite the challenges, despite the setbacks, there is something worth fighting for, something larger than yourself. And as long as you hold on to that faith, you will find the strength to continue, knowing that every step you take is a step toward a better future for all. Each of these points speaks to the idea that while one may stand alone, it is through that solitude that they become the strongest version of themselves.